So I'm going to show you how to pick up stitches on this real life project I'm working on. This is a sweater panel, and I have to put a band all the way across here. And I wanted to use this to show you because it has 3 separate stitch patterns. I have kind of a stockinette, a reverse stockinette, and then a moss stitch. So I wanted to take you through and show you kind of each one. I won't go through the entire thing because I have 131 stitches to pick up. Okay, let's get started. I have my set of needles and my 2 balls of yarn. I'm using 2 balls because that's what my pattern calls for, but normally you would just use 1. Okay, so I'm grabbing both of these as my working yarn, and then I'm gonna start at the very corner. I do have a tutorial on this, so I'm not going to go super in depth. I will show you what I'm about to do, but sometimes I know that after I've watched a nice shiny tutorial, once I get to the real life project, I'm like, well, this doesn't look like what I just watched. So that's why I wanted to do this. So we're going to find the edge stitch, and this one doesn't look that great, but if you kind of peel your project open to the very side, you should kind of see at least a pattern of what your edge stitches look like. These kind of look like little knots everywhere, but we're going to find the first hole that goes underneath both these edge stitches. You can see right here, if you pull a little bit apart, there's kind of this V. It's both legs of the stitch. And right underneath that is where you put your needle in through that hole. And make sure you go under both legs. You see how they're both, I said I wasn't going to go in depth, and now listen to me. But see how they're both on top of the needle. And then taking your yarn, making sure you leave enough tail to weave in, you're just going to kind of tension it, and you're going to scoop it through and put it on your needle. And that is 1 stitch. Now make sure that you're not using your tail yarn. Make sure you're holding the working end. You just continue on like that, finding the holes next to each other. And it's definitely a preference of how you want to scoop your yarn through. I kind of find that using both hands works best to keep the yarn on the needle. You can also use a crochet hook too if you want to go in and scoop it out that way and then just stick it on your needle. I don't love that. It is a lot easier, but I just don't like picking it up and putting it back on the needle. But it can be helpful, especially on a pattern like this that changes a lot, to get kind of the trickier ones. Now we've got a little bit of a change up here, so I'm going to, let's see, I'm still going to use this dumb crochet hook, but for this pattern I need to make sure I'm grabbing a new stitch next to every row because I have to pick up the same number of stitches as I have rows that I've knit. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on these V shapes on the side. It gets a little easier once we get into stockinette stitch to kind of see them. You see that right there? And that's where I'm trying to pick these up, but then I have spots right here where it's harder to tell where they are. Maybe I do like this crochet hook. Okay, and try to make sure that your stitches aren't super tight. I think these are maybe a little bit tight. All right, so now I can kind of see the pattern a little bit better of these V's. And now I can go just kind of hole by hole and pick them up. This is also a very forgiving technique. I've done this incorrectly a few times before, and it works out just fine. Kind of as long as you are getting this yarn through these holes What you kind of want to avoid though would be not going through both legs of yarn on the edge. If you just pick up one, that's going to make your connection a little bit too flimsy. Okay, so that's kind of that section. I'm going to do the rest of this and I'll move on to the next one and I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm in the reverse stockinette section and I'm still using the crochet hook, but it has gotten a little bit easier because it's more of a standard pattern rather than this one where I had some changes going on. But again, I want to show you the edge because you want to go underneath. You see on the edge, you've got these kind of V-type shapes. They're a little offset, but those are both of the legs that you want to go into. See, I've got this little wraparound lump here. I don't want that to fool me. I still have to go underneath and pick up that stitch. I've got this strange looking gap. I just want to find that V-type looking spot and grab that. Got this weird lump one, got to pick up a stitch there. And make sure you're counting too. Once I get about halfway through, I need to stop and count and make sure that I have at least about half. If you miss one or two, you can always make an increase. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going and then I will meet you back when I'm here. All right, now I've reached the moss stitch section, which I've done one of these panels already, and last time it was a little bit trickier than the others just because it's a little more of an open weave and the sides are not quite as neat. So I'm just going to keep going like I did before, spotting these. They don't really look like V's anymore, but as nearest I can tell what a V is, going in and grabbing those. I also remember from the last time I did moss stitch, I started from that side and I ended up not picking up enough stitches, so I gotta be extra careful and make sure I don't skip any of these rows. It is a lot harder to tell whether or not I'm picking up one leg or two when you use two strands like this. Then I'm just going to continue to the end, make sure I count all of my stitches, and then since I'm doing a rib pattern, this doesn't matter as much, but just remember, if you're going to do stockinette stitch, once you're done picking up all your stitches, remember you're starting with the wrong side row because these actually count as your row 1 stitches. So if you're doing stockinette, this would be your knit row, and then you start with your purl row. Otherwise, if you were to start with a knit row, you would have reverse stockinette stitch. Okay, I'm just going to finish up here. Thank you for joining me on this journey where I discover that I like doing this with a crochet hook.